I'm an S&C coach who will only ever train kind of normal athletes and pure athletes, whatever they be. But I want to see what these guys will do. Hell yeah. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's been a while. I've had a hectic few months. I've been married. I went and got married. Here's a picture of me getting married, and that's enough of that. Hi, I'm Coach Tom Hall. I am a master's degree in performance and arts and sports biomechanics and strength and conditioning. And I host a group of coaches that learn, get better, more educated, train them amazingly. And anyway, that's enough of that. That's what I do in my business life. This is YouTube, right? So we are here because we are going to start a weekly, amongst other videos that we're doing as well, weekly news, show and tell, my views from an expert on what's been happening in the world of health and fitness, what's been happening in maybe sports that we've got a view in, and whether we can just shed a little light on something that's happening a little bit more professionally or something that is ridiculous. So yeah, without further ado, shall we get into a few of the topics? These are the 3 topics that we're going to be talking about today. So we have the enhanced games, which is something that is gathering storm and more people are signing up. So we might as well talk about it from an S&C perspective, especially from the 2 lads that I can see that have joined over the last couple of weeks, which is really fun. I guess we need to explain what the enhanced games is to a certain degree, which obviously we will. Ask ChatGTP. We'll ask the chat exactly, because we're going to use AI on this. Why not? What is the enhanced? So we'll get a little definition going and we'll search the web. And we're going to have a look at probably a lot of coaches right now are looking at ChatGTP as a rival to their coaching business, what people might be searching. So we'll do a little 5-minute review of what's the kind of plans that people are getting out of it from a free perspective, because most of the people, I pay for the other one, the Google one, but yeah, most people will be looking at that and perhaps using that as instead of a coach. And then lastly, we're bringing something back that we used to do on the podcast quite a lot. Obviously, that's uploaded every single week. If you want a little bit more of a long form chat with Mr. Daniel Meek, astute things I've seen on the internet. So I'm going to bring up a post, explain why it's dumb as hell, and in the world of health and fitness. So yeah, right, enhanced games. Let's get into this. Right, so enhanced games is obviously a controversial international sports competition which breaks the traditional sporting rules by allowing performance-enhancing drugs. But it's a weird one as well, because the inaugural stuff it's going to be in Las Vegas in May 21st to 24th. There's only going to be a few sports included. All right, so we got 100-meter sprint, I think 100-meter or 110-meter hurdles. We got swimming, we got 50 meters and 100-meter races, so just sprinting stuff. And then we got weightlifting, snatch, clean and jerks. Cool. That's the only thing. All athletes are being paid big bucks compared to what they were probably used to from their funding to compete with or without enhancements, essentially. Okay, so the interesting one is that it's not all drugs. It's not just like jack yourself up on as much drugs as possible and let's just have a go. It is just some of the stuff that don't follow the WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency kind of guidelines. So it's not everything that is permitted in anything at all. You can just kind of juice up and off you go. There are still some things that you can't do, which may be more medically unsafe. It's not just a free-for-all. So just highlight that a little bit. But what caught my eye in the last week or so is these 2 lads, which is one we'll talk about now. So we've already got a few sprinters that have gone in, and basically Fred Curley is a big boy sprinter, very good sprinter, but never quite got there. And Prescod, Reece Prescod, has just gone into it as well. So 2018 European 100-meter silver medalist, and he's ran in like a 9:93 previously, and that's super interesting. I don't personally think he is going to get anywhere near Usain Bolt's kind of world record times. The guy doesn't have enough talent. Okay, he breaks down, he gets injured, he gets all this kind of stuff as well. So it'll be very interesting to see him. This is where it raises the question on, there's a few people that were in the world of athletics that got caught doping, right? So, and they were training on doping means. So they had all of that performance enhancement kind of prior to it. This is the issue, right? So if you get caught, I think you should be banned straight up, okay? Because you've had the kind of cheating, as it will, or the kind of loose terms of being able to have a load of junk volume, a load more progression in a very short amount of time, which a natural athlete you're not been able to. So you've kind of jumped a little bit further forward and you've been able to train on drugs, which is just unfair, which accelerates your growth. So you shouldn't be allowed back in after like 4 years or whatever, okay? Because you've already got the benefit, and the benefit is going to continue to be there because you've already had that head start. So it's going to be interesting from a 29-year-old perspective who's entering the twilight of his career. If he's one, obviously it's a money grab, he's trying to prolong it as much as possible. And two, is he going to get any faster? I don't know. There's somebody like Dwayne Chambers and Justin Gatlin who both got banned for using substances, but were able to run until they're almost 40. Put two together, I think it enables you to stay at a high kind of like rate and competitiveness for a long amount of time. The next one is wild, okay? Wild in the fact that how the hell do people not know this guy is ripping with drugs anyway? It's insane. Hafthor Bjornsson, the Mountain from Game of Thrones, this guy, right? The Icelandic giant has announced he will compete in inaugural 2026 enhanced game to break his own 510 kilos deadlift world record. Okay, to do giant slide, to do well strongman, you have to be on gear. You have to be enhanced. Otherwise, there is a completely separate competition to say world's natural strongest man, which are tested. These guys are not tested. So don't worry, you don't become 6'10", an absolute unit by just being like, oh, he just trains deadlifts all the time. He trains all the time. That's the thing. He has a scope to do all this kind of stuff. Virtually normal athlete, their central nervous system will be obliterated every single time he does anything. Okay, so this guy is juiced out of his head. Okay, and you're starting to see a prevalence of quite a few kind of ex-bodybuilders and maybe some strongmen who've actually died in kind of recently over the last like 3 or 4 years, possibly from the effects of what they've been taking, which is, see, it's getting better, but it's still very unresearched, or whatever it be is unsafe. So this one is wild, that the fact of like, right, why does he need to do it at the enhanced games? I guess there's going to be more eyes on it, but of course he's enhanced. Like, it's not a thing. It's like, of course he is. That's fine. So I think from a world's kind of point of view, it's really interesting to see. If you are enhanced, you've just got more scope to do cool stuff, and you've got more leg room to wiggle around. You can make more mistakes and get better results. When you're a natural athlete, you have to have everything on point so well to be able to compete with the people who've got that kind of vast amount of, like, this is the mistake zone that you've got between if you're on enhanced drugs and stuff, and this is what you've got. You can make this level of mistakes. The tightrope you're walking between injury and performance is a lot smaller when you're not enhanced, whereas you can. Okay, that is a big difference, but wonderful. From my point of view, really want to see what they do. Agree that it's completely separate. Kind of agree that they'll get some money out of it because, hey, I'm an SSC coach who will only ever train kind of normal athletes and pure athletes, whatever they be. But I want to see what these guys will do. Hell yeah, this seems interesting, okay? So I am looking forward to it. We'll obviously cover some more when it's more big athletes that kind of start to go towards it. I think it'll be very interesting. I can't wait to see somebody pull 510 kilos. It'll be insane, right? And there's always these big kind of paychecks to see whether you can beat the world records. Okay, so there might be some average that are going to be absolutely lightning or ridiculously strong once they get there. I wonder if they'll branch out to like really odd sports, or like, oh, it's the enhanced games of golf. Does it make it better? Don't know. Might be. So, all right. Let's move on. Topic number 2. We are moving into, it's January, guys. Coaches, you are getting inundated with clients, hopefully, that want your help. But AI, is it coming for your job? So if we type in what people will be going towards, I am new to training. I want to become stronger, a bit more athletic, and lose maybe 5 kg in the next 12 weeks. Can you create me a plan of action so I don't need a coach? All right, let's throw out what AI and what you're competing against, guys. All right, so in 12 weeks, you will train 4 to 5 times a week, build strength from basic compound lifts, improve athleticism, running and conditioning, lose 4.4 kilos a week. That is very slow and sustainable. That is absolutely fine. Eat one off. Okay, so Number 1, training plans. Right, well, we've got weekly structure, so strength, lower body conditioning and a run, strength upper, conditioning, full body athletic. All right, option B, minimum, remove day 5. just don't become athletic. That's fine. Sessions should be 60 minutes max. Well, that'll fit in. Probably add half an hour, 15 minutes each way for like showering, getting to the facility, stuff like that. So it's 90 minutes each day. Quite a lot, if we're honest. If you're fairly new to the gym, that's quite a drastic change in being able to add 5 to 7.5 hours. Yeah, all the way through. All right, so strength sessions, squat, RDL, reverse lunge, calf raises, plank, nothing inherently wrong with that. We know there's no lateral movement, there's no warm-up guided, there's nothing like that. We'd have an increased prompt for that, be able to get some warm-up history. So remember, coaches, what are we able to do? We can give personalized warm-ups, we can get prehab, we can look at injury risks and injury prevention and needs analysis. ChatGPT, from it's only as good as your prompt. We can perhaps prompt it to do that, but the client and stuff is not going to be able to. Day 3, upper body strength. Bench press, row, overhead press, lat pull down, farms carry, very basic, all bilateral movements, no single limbs, which they definitely will want to do. Full body athletic, deadlift or trap bar, always. Kettlebell swings, box step-ups or jumps. Not something core circuit, dead bugs, side plank, hollow holds. It's not the worst plan I've ever seen. I've seen personal trainers write far worse ones, so that'll be fine. You can progressively overload it, I'm sure. It should be absolutely fine, but some of them are pretty advanced lifts, but there's not much in terms of unilateral base lifting there, is there? Okay. When you hit the top reps of all sets, add 2.5 to 5 kilos next week. Yeah, fine. Conditioning, 500 meter row, 400 meter run, 10 walls, air squats and 10 push-ups. Brilliant. This is very high rocks and that conditioning high rock style. Brilliant. I don't know whether, because I've asked my ChatGPT a few times about high rocks things, it always relates all of the stuff I ever ask it to high rocks. It's like, oh, how do you make the best cup of tea? Or high rocks would be doing this. It's insane. Yeah, high rock style, beginner friendly, 20-minute AMRAP, cool. I'm not too sure that's going to take an hour. 200 meter run, 10 kettlebell lift lifts, 10 burpees, 20-minute carry. Conditioning rule, don't go 100% each session. 2 hard days, and max, you should finish tired, not destroyed. Yeah, I agree. All right, but overall, it's fine. I would say from a beginner point of view, let's look at mobility drills, let's look at warm-up drills, let's obviously get the coaching involved. Getting this plan in place and doing it is going to be very different, okay? That's where you're going to be going into, where you have to coach. All right, nutrition, fat loss, kind of stuff. This is all, you can have the best plan in the world. If you do not have the accountability of a coach to talk about this, it's just not going to happen, is it? I'm basically doing any of these. These are all guidelines for coaching, essentially. This is the bare minimum of what you should be doing with your clients, but this is what they can turn into. But remember, ChatGPT is not going to be able to have the consistency and motivation. So that's what you are there for, to be able to project that going forward, right? So it's not too bad, if I'm all honest. Like, if able to rattle around, and this is the kind of level of info that it's going to give you from one prompt, and we could sit there for a few prompts and get it a little bit more defined. But you got to think, how are you going to beat that as a coach? Which is interesting. But on that, item number 3, I guess we have to, don't we? This guy, or this, well, name and shame, Drio123. What is this? Never say never. It is optional. This is not how you spot, and this is what you coaches are up against, okay? This is a trap bar deadlift, and oh my God, just pause it there. You can always tell something's crap because of the share rate to like rate is very different. This is not how you spot a deadlift with a chin up. Oh, the amount of stuff that could go wrong here is insane. And at the top, he gets to the lockout, but the guy needs to spend a bit of time like lifting some leg. There's not much muscle that happening in his legs, and I'd want those legs to come out a little bit. He's definitely going to inversion straight away. But how to spot a deadlift? You don't need to. It's self-spotting. Literally just drop the weight if the person can't lift it. You can't force their chest up. Also, forcing them up at the head is absolutely mental. This is what you're up against, guys. AI and coaches who think they can do this. All right, that is the end of health and fitness news. We'd see enhanced denims, AI, and morons. That's what we discovered. Okay, come back during the week. You can come. Be sure to look out for the next video. We're on a 1, 2, or 3 video upload per week. This is insane. It's insane news. So if you enjoyed this, we'll be looking at a little bit more topical. Send us for some of the stuff that you've been looking at, so I can have my view on it from a, let's say, professional coaching point of view. Looking at football, I don't care what we're looking at. from a week-to-week basis what is in the news in health and fitness, and some madness I'm sure it's going to be thrown up in 2026. So thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. Tag anybody. And if you're a coach and you're interested in education, come join the group.